and then they'll go home, and then at 2 o'clock the next kids come in and they work until 6. So spending a week in, I guess, the same classroom, we really got to know the kids there, and we actually became quite good friends with a lot of them. These are some of the kids in our I think our morning class it was. No, sorry, that was the afternoon class, because the older ones go in the afternoon. Yeah, they were really, really, really lovely people, and it's just, every single one of them is smiling. We have everything, but somehow we're not happy with it. They have nothing, and they're completely happy with it. You never see them with a frown on their face. You walk through the street, they're unclothed, no food, but somehow they just radiate happiness all around them. It's just incredible. These are some of the kids at the school. And it just reminds me too, looking at the little kids here. One day we were sitting at lunch. This is just outside the restaurant they have, and they train their staff. So I guess then they can feed other people that come in at a really low price as well. I don't know how they could possibly make a profit on it. We were sitting having lunch one day, and these 4 little kids came to the end of the table, and we didn't really know who they were, so I asked the girl next to me, I was like, oh, are they Kerry's adopted children? I haven't seen them before. And she said, oh, no, actually they're from the outreach program. Their dad left a couple of years ago, I don't know where he is, and their mum died this morning, so they're orphans as of now. And I mean, what do you say to that? You can't, I had no answer. I guess all you could do is go over and see what you could help with. I mean, we sat there for hours colouring and feeding them lunch. They haven't been fed for who knows how long. And to hear a story like that really makes you think how lucky you are. I mean, I just wanted to go home and hug my mum because I had one. These kids don't have a family. I think now for those 4 kids, Kerry, the lady who organises it all, has taken them into her house. I don't know if they're being adopted out to another family. The fear was that the 4 kids would be split up, and the older children and the younger, someone would adopt the baby, but the 3 older children wouldn't really have a home to go to. But I think Kerry might have adopted the 4 of them. We will be hearing back on how they're going too. And it was really nice too, when they came in, they were really sad. Some of the younger ones didn't know what was going on, but the older girl, I think, really knew the circumstance, and she was really hit hard by it all. But a lot of them didn't have clothes, just like most of the other kids, especially the youngest boy wasn't dressed in anything. The older ones, none of them had had a pair of shoes in their life. So we all sort of tried to put money together and go out to the markets, and we bought them each a school bag, because they've been going to school now, a school bag, some clothes, shoes. So they all had the startings which they could take to if they were adopted to the orphanage or to Kerry's house. It was really nice. We showered them, and it looked like normal little kids again. This was the medical centre that they have just next to the school. So while we were over there, I said we got to learn a little bit about the history. This is when we went into S21, which I think is a genocide museum, and the killing fields. These were the signs that were placed above the doors of the S21 rooms. S21 is basically an old high school which Pol Pot, their leader, took over. Pol Pot ended up killing, I think, 2/3 of the population. And they took over the school and really made life, I guess, not worth living for a lot of the people there. This sign here was actually for the tourists. You're not allowed to smile while you're in there, because it's just, you I guess you don't even want to smile. You don't think about smiling while you're in there. It's such a horrible thing to see. It was pretty much a school of torture rooms. There were still blood stains on the floor, actually. It was really horrible to see. The other photos here were at the killing fields, where a lot of the other, as the name suggests, killing took place. You can see, I'm not sure if you can read it from down there, but the tree to the right here says the killing tree against which executioners beat children, and this is basically how they killed young children and babies specifically. They would basically just hit them against the tree until they died, and it was horrible to see. And hard to comprehend that something like that could have happened not so long ago. The photo on the left is just another photo of the S21 museum, the old school. They used to be the classrooms, which then turned into torture rooms. From S21, the thousands of people that were taken into S21, there were only 7 survivors in the end, which is really incredible to hear. 7 out of thousands of people got out. This man here, we were actually really lucky. He's not usually there, and survivors usually aren't there, but he was there while we were visiting the museum. He was one of the 7 survivors. The way he survived was, he was an artist, and he started painting pictures of Pol Pot, and Pol Pot actually liked the pictures, surprisingly, and because he liked the pictures, he asked him to paint more, and he liked them even more, so he let him survive and go out. But he writes in his book about how he survived, but his wife and family were unfortunately killed. This was just in one of the villages, just seeing the day-to-day lives of these people and the children. Over down in the bottom right, there's a sign saying mines. In a lot of the villages, they have landmines, and they're not even fazed by it. We saw the sign and just stopped automatically. I'm not going any further, there's landmines here. But they were a little bit further off in the distance, so we could walk through. And while we were there, one of the little kids saw that we were a bit frightened by the landmine sign, ran into where the landmines were, and ran back out, got a little plastic bag and popped it while he stood behind us. We all just jumped. It was so scary. They can still have a sense of humour in all of their hardships. It's really amazing. Down the bottom left is one of the pumps that they use. In a lot of the villages, there's just one pump that the whole village uses to wash all their dishes, do the washing of themselves. This lady was washing her dishes at the time. So there's the pump, and there's some of the kids and people in the village. While we were over there, we got to do a bit of Cambodian cooking, which was really fun. And we visited a lot of temples, like a lot of temples. This was Angkor Thom, I think. That this isn't the biggest of the temples, but it is one of the bigger ones. Just incredible to see all each stone has intricate artwork and carvings in it. It was really, really cool. That was the view from Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat's their biggest temple that they have there. So we walked right to the back and up to the top, and that was the view out from one of the pillars. We were a bit tired, so we just sat in the windows for a while. This temple that we visited here, they told us that Tomb Raider was filmed here. I don't know if they were joking or if they meant it.
No, it's true.
It is true? Yeah. So that was pretty cool. But a lot of it, we took the climbing route, so we didn't take the pathways.